A big storm is bringing heavy rainfall and severe weather to the United States over the next few days, and we're going to be looking at the trends heading into December as the polar vortex will play a big part in our winter forecast. What will make or break the winter will determine here what we could see as we go into December. So thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as we cover Canada, the United States, and the tropics during tropical weather season. Like the video and share it, hype it. I definitely appreciate that. Also, I just have launched my Facebook page. If you want to follow me on Facebook for more rapid fire weather updates, make sure to follow me there. I'm going to have it in the description down below the video so you can follow me on Facebook. So let's get here into the weather forecast, and here's our big storm across the south central United States, bringing all the heavy rainfall here across the southern U.S. and some severe weather. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal risk of severe storms, including parts of Oklahoma, west central Arkansas, down here into Texas, and some big cities in the mix include Oklahoma City, Little Rock, Fort Smith, Texarkana, Dallas, Fort Worth, Wichita Falls, Amarillo, all the way down here into the Austin area. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on you for some severe weather. There is a chance for a couple of isolated tornadoes as far north and east as Arkansas, back here into parts of southern and southeastern Oklahoma, and into east central Texas, including parts of the I-35 corridor. Be keeping a very close eye on that for sure, but I do feel the main threats here will be damaging winds and hail. So let's look here at what the radar could look like or simulate to look like as we head into the afternoon and evening. Notice we do have some showers and storms rumbling across here, and we could see those continuing over the next several hours. Notice they'll be moving very slowly and they'll be moving over the same area. So a flash flooding risk may be accompanied with some of these storms, especially if they do drop some torrential rainfall in a short amount of time. A lot of these storms will be producing rainfall rates of an inch or more per hour. That'll take us in through the evening hours, and then as we go into Friday morning, a lot of those storms will be pushing either north or east of portions of the southern plains. So Oklahoma, most of Texas should start to dry up as we go into Friday morning. Looking here at the storm system as we go through the rest of the day today, going to be pushing across the southern plains, going into Friday, moving more into the Tennessee, Ohio River Valley and southeast, and then going into the weekend, we could see that storm zipping across there and out into the western Atlantic. Another closed low, but a cutoff low pressure system across portions of the Four Corners region will promise some rainfall down here going through the weekend. Now, rainfall totals leading up through the weekend could be an additional 1 to 3 inches across portions of Texas, up in Oklahoma, Arkansas, and southern Missouri. So that's the corridor we're watching for some heavier rainfall. That's where flash flooding may be possible, a little bit drier up to the north. Looking at snowfall, our temperatures are too warm simply, so that means our snowfall is going to be more confined to the mountains out west, and maybe some lake effect snow up here into the Great Lakes, albeit a minimal lake effect snow machine at the current moment. Now, looking at those temperatures, again, a big reason why a lot of this rain is occurring and not snow is because our temperatures are very warm. In fact, more record-breaking highs near the Gulf Coast heading up through the weekend. So no surprise, again, the lack of snowfall with our warmer pattern we're in right now. That changes for Thanksgiving week. So as we go into next week, Monday, November 24th through Sunday, November the 30th, we're going to be seeing a ridge in the west and a ridge, a weak one, in the southeast, with cooler air starting to funnel southward with a little bit of some cross-polar flow. So we look here at our temperatures. Yes, you see orange on here, but notice not too far away is the blue, and over that snowpack in western Canada, that colder air will be a lot more enhanced and moderating as it moves into the lower 48, but it'll still be chilly at times here. This is a 7-day average, so keep in mind there still could be some cooler days in here, even though it is a 7-day average, averaging above normal. And looking at precipitation, it does look to become active. We have two things happening here: a little bit of a subtropical jet stream that is down near the Gulf Coast and a polar jet coming in from the north. So we're going to have two different areas to watch for storm systems to come over the next few days. And looking here at the model guidance, here is the European model. heading into next week, and we're going to break down the scenarios for you as we go into next Monday, Tuesday. We got a storm system moving across the Mississippi Valley. Notice the snow in blue further up to the north, including southern Canada. And then as we go towards Thanksgiving, it looks like we could have a lot of that northwesterly flow coming down. So mountain snow in the northern Rockies, maybe some rain with that subtropical jet down here near the Gulf Coast. And then going to the end of the run here, it brings a big winter storm post-Thanksgiving that weekend across portions of the Northeast and including parts of the coastal regions. That would be something to keep an eye on for the European model. The GFS model, very similar, Mississippi Valley rain, snow to the north. So there is agreement there. And then as we go towards Thanksgiving, there actually is a bigger storm that comes out of the subtropical jet, moves across portions of the mid-Atlantic and interior New England, bringing snow there, more coastal rains. And then you see after Thanksgiving, we don't really see much of a storm there on the GFS model, more northwesterly clippers coming in from Canada. And finally, the Canadian model, very similar again, Mississippi Valley rain, snow to the north, and then we have for Thanksgiving a little bit more of a drier trend. It does have a lot more lake effect snow here on the Canadian model. That makes sense with the northwesterly flow. Colder air over somewhat warmer lakes will bring the lake effect snow machine back if that does appear to be the case. And then it has much more bigger snowstorm across the upper Midwest region, northern plains on the Canadian versus the European and the American GFS. So there's a lot of uncertainty once we get past Thanksgiving. So the certainty is that we will have a storm pre-Thanksgiving, a lot of rain with that one, with the warmer temperatures, snow will be to the north, and then we're going to have potentially another system to watch after Thanksgiving towards the end of the month. Just to give you an idea of the snowfall, again, the European model is an outlier right now, showing some very heavy snow along the I-95 corridor, over a foot there. Northwesterly flow in the upper Midwest could bring a few to several inches of snow, according to the European model. And then going through the end of the month, the American GFS model still has that northwesterly clipper track, but it does have more of an interior New England region getting more snow with lake effect, and the coastal regions all rain. And then here's the Canadian model, much more bullish on the clipper track up here with the heavier snowfall. Lake effect is really big on this model, and it doesn't really have snow in the I-95 corridor. So the European model is an outlier for now. Don't believe this model quite yet, even though it shows a foot of snow. I know the beautiful numbers of a foot of snow if you're a cold and snow lover in the Northeast, but right now it does appear to be an outlier because here's the GFS, here's the Canadian, not really showing much over there. A little bit stronger on the clipper track and the lake effect snow at the current moment. Now, what is to happen as we go into late November here, especially Thanksgiving weekend, will be the sudden stratospheric warming event that we've been talking about seemingly forever, and this is going to cause the polar vortex to become very unstable and displaced, quite frankly, as we go into December. Now, it is around a 2 to 3 week lag time, so once that first system comes through, if we have a bigger system for Thanksgiving week, that will usher in some cooler air. With already we had a stratospheric warming event. This one was a little bit more minor scaled, but it will plunge some colder air, Arctic air, into the central United States. That will ooze eastward as we go late into the first week of December. Then we're going to have a moderating trend as we go into the second week of December. Notice we're starting to warm up in Western Canada. We're warming up in the Pacific Northwest while still remaining quite cool in the east. And then going into the third week of December there, that's when the moderating trend will be underway from the 15th through the 22nd here, just pre-Christmas. And then once the holidays come back around, look at these temperatures as we start to see those temperatures plunge for Christmas and then getting closer to the new year. I do feel that that sudden stratospheric warming event that's taking place this month will affect us as we go into late next month in December, and this could be some dangerously cold air that we may have to track. So we'll be keeping an eye on that as we go through the month of December. Trends are the key. Looking at snowfall, looks like the lake effect snow machine going to be in no short supply. Mountain snow out west as well. And that snow line in general will be shifting further south as we get more Arctic air coming in from the Arctic region, obviously, and from Canada. We're going to see that snow line dropping further south. So some southern snow may be possible as we get through Christmas and the new year. So be keeping close tabs on that and how significant it may be. Follow me along on Facebook for more rapid fire updates. You can find the link to my Facebook page page here down in the description below the video, so follow me along there. Also, subscribe to this YouTube channel, like the video, subscribe, hype it. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful, safe rest of your Thursday out there.